Nate Maxwell is a postal inspector, team leader with the Postal Inspection Service in the Houston Division. He is responsible for supporting and protecting over 10,500 employees in approximately 350 facilities within the Houston District. Mr. Maxwell is a 1987 honor graduate of Baptist Hill High School. Mr. Maxwell continued his education in Charleston, where he attended and graduated from the Citadel in 1991. With more than 23 years of experience in local and federal law enforcement, he is a dynamic speaker who has transferred his professional and personal experiences into an inspired way of teaching and coaching leadership principles. He is passionate about developing people and seeking ways to encourage them to maximize their potential in life. His purpose is helping others move from where they are to where they want to be. He is a certified professional coach specializing in leadership, teen and life coaching, energy leadership development, and increasing employee engagement in the workplace. For extracurricular activities, Mr. Maxwell spends a lot of time in his continual development, reading, and playing golf. Ladies, gentlemen, in class of 2015, I present to you Mr. Nate Maxwell.
Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you're doing fine. I am doing great, and it is definitely a pleasure to be back home. Before I begin, let me say to the class of 2015, congratulations. Today is your day, and you are to be commended for a job well done. To Principal Goodwine, to the teachers, faculty, and staff, honored guests, the graduates, families, and friends, today is a very special day. Not only will I deliver a message to the kids that are graduating today, but I will also challenge you. As I was talking with the principal and the interim superintendent just moments ago, we are very familiar with the term or the cliche that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, I will say to you, it takes a community to educate a child. We need to come together as one. I don't care if you have a kid in school, if your kid has graduated years ago, if you're in a community, you are a part of the community. I encourage you, I challenge you, business leaders, church communities, all of us need to come together as one vision, and make sure we're working together to see the success of our kids, the schools, and the community. As I will challenge the kids in a little bit later to give back, I will also ask all of us to continue to give back in different ways. There are a few important days in your life, class of 2015, and graduation is certainly one you will remember forever. I am honored to be back at Baptist Hill Middle High School, and I'm very humbled that you should invite me back to speak to you. Thank you. In the last 28 years, I've had my ups and downs. I've graduated from college, met some amazing people along the way. I got married. I have 2 amazing daughters. And just 2 days ago, I now have a grandson. I traveled, I bought a house, I've laughed more than I've cried. As the saying goes, my good days outweigh my bad days. I'm proud of what I've accomplished over the years, but sadly, I am like most people. I have wasted a lot of my youth years. I would love to be sitting where you are today, right now. I would love the chance to do it all again, to laugh, to learn, to love, to just live more. My advice to you, 2015, is do not waste your youth. See, my 28 years since leaving Baptist Hill High School, literally gone in a blink of an eye. And I have seen classmates here today. They would agree with me. It has been just that quick. I'm here not as your parent, not as your teacher. I am only a guy who has gone through what you are about to go through. What I don't want to happen to you is what has happened to me. I am here to tell you about the mistakes I don't want you to make. I encourage you to listen attentively. See, I have for many years looked back occasionally at where I was, where you are now during the time of graduation. Is it a time of celebration? Absolutely. However, I really didn't understand what it all meant to me at the time. I saw only the great summer that was ahead of me before I ran off to the Citadel in 1987. Knowing what I know now, I realize the importance of the advice shared with my graduating class. And some of those long-lasting advice have played a major role in developing me into the person I am today. This is why I stand before you on your graduation, because I owe it to society to pay it forward. Today, I want to give you a few tools that will help you as you continue your life's journey, which will help you develop the right attitude, learn more about your strengths, tap into your passion in life, become in touch with your purpose, and develop your skills so you can be all that you want to be. See, high school is something that you just completed. Life in itself is something you experience for a lifetime. So as you begin the next chapter of your life, consider depositing these tools into your bag. The first tool I want to give to you is discovering who you are. See, some of us go through life and don't realize that the best thing you have in life is you yourself, your voice, your mind, your vision, your story. Certainly listen to others, but don't ever lose your voice in the midst of it. You are great because of your unique characteristics. It is not what you are that holds you back in life, it's normally what you think you're not. Be the designer of your own blueprint as you go through life. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom, because it's all based on who you are that will determine what you do and how you feel about it. It's your conscious awareness and being who you are, not who your parents thought that you should become, not who your teachers thought that you should go forward and be, but who you know that you are today. What I say to you is own it and be happy with who you are. As the Sir John Newton said several centuries ago, I am not what I ought to be. I am not what I want to be, and I am not what I hope to be in another world. But still, I am not what I used to be, and by the grace of God, and only by the grace of God, I am what I am. I challenge you, class of 2015, be who you are, because as you go through life, you will see that you lead by virtue of who you are. The second tool I want to give to you to deposit into your tool bag today is to establish meaningful relationships. See, you will begin to learn as you go into life in this real world that it's not based on what you know in life, but simply who you know. And it matters so much. We see in the business sector, I'm in government, I see it all the time. It's based on who you know in life. What you know matters, but it's those relationships, those meaningful relationships that will have substance and are self-sustaining. When I look at relationships, I look at two types of relationships. The first you need to be fully aware of is one that's called a nurturing relationship. This is the type of relationship where people help you in life. They want to see you do good. They want to reward you and be a part of the good things you're doing. The other type of relationship, 2015, is called a toxic relationship, and we all have experienced those type of relationships where every time you go and talk to someone, they're always negative. They have nothing positive to say, and they suck all the life out of you. What I say to you, class of 2015, you cannot hang around negative people and expect to have a positive life. Sometimes you got to move on from people that are not adding value in your life. And sometimes they may be your closest friends that you may have to step away from and say, because you don't add value in my life, I no longer need you to be a part of my life. And if they don't realize that you're stepping away, they miss the opportunity. And it's a lesson learned for you if they paid no attention to you. See, life is too short to hang around those people that will suck everything out of you. What I say to you is connect with a mentor, a coach, someone who has your best interests at heart and wants to see you do well in the community and in your life. It takes time to build a relationship. Let me warn you, it won't happen overnight. I encourage you, take the time to invest in establishing meaningful relationships. Even as you part ways with your classmates, don't ever forget them. Upon my return to Charleston yesterday, I had no transportation to get from my mother's house from the airport to my mother's house. I called upon a guy I graduated from college with, high school with, and he said to me, "My truck's at the airport, the keys are in the back." That's what you want. Those are meaningful relationships that I hold on today. There are some friends that I graduated with that I had to sever my ways with. 2015, there may come a time you need to move on from some of your friends. The second two I need you to be fully aware of is called communication, and that is something we take for granted. Because the way we communicate today is totally different from the way we did it years ago, 2015. We have things that we can text and Instagram and Facebook, and let me warn you, there's a warning that you need to be fully aware of. Before you get to where you're going in an interview or a college or the military or wherever you decide to go in life, we already know about you because of what you've posted on Facebook. See, your parents warn you all the time not to do it, but we always get mad at our parents when they tell us what we need to hear, but it's not what we want to hear. Be mindful of that. It's not the words that are coming out of your mouth. That's the major part of your communication. It's your body language and how you sit and stand. How you look someone in the eyes and shake their hands and say, "Thank you for the opportunity for the interview." You must communicate effectively. You see, when I was in college, the most toughest course I took was English. I know the English professors and teachers are saying, "Why was it so tough?" It was extremely tough. No one warned me at the time that it was going to play an instrumental role in my life and my writing skills and my communication skills. Someone said, "Go take a public speaking class." No, I don't like to speak because of fear. Develop your communication skills. It will be something you will need throughout your life. Communicate, communicate, communicate. The fourth skill I want you to deposit in your bag is to treat people with respect. See, what you're going to find when I get to the end of what I'm presenting to you, they're all called basic fundamentals, Nate. That's all they are. It's just that we move away from them. My mom sits in the back and she tells me all the time. She told me as I sat at the dinner table last night, "You always respect people." But these kids nowadays, they don't pay the respect that we deserve, because what my dad said is because we as parents try to be friends with our kids. What I say to you, class of 2015, is start each day with a positive thought. Never underestimate the impact you may have on someone's lives. You never know. A simple smile may go a long way. A thank you, a gesture. "I appreciate you for just showing up." You never know when people are going through trials and tribulation, and a simple thank you may help them out in life. Never lose sight of the fact that the most important yardstick of your success will be how you treat people. Not what you have, but how you treat people. It will be your attitude, not your aptitude that is in your head, that will determine how high you go, your altitude in life. Don't you ever forget that. We see a lot of that with athletes, that they are good athletes and they have the skills and the talent to do great things, but because they have a bad attitude, they don't make the team. People will not hire you in their organization. People will remove you from their organization if you have a bad attitude. But you may say, "I graduated from Duke and I have all A's," and it doesn't matter. I'll be the first to tell you that how you treat people and if you're respectful is all that matters. I didn't mean to pick on your classmate. But it is so true. And my mom said, "Son, it's a simple golden rule. Treat people as you would want to be treated." Remember the fundamentals that your parents taught you. Remember what your teachers tell you on a daily basis. There's a book I recently read that said, "Everything I need to know in life I learned in the kindergarten." Things as simple as sharing and being respectful, holding the door open, and doing the simple things in life. Number 5, get ready for change. You're about to embark on a very important change in your life, and it's a good one. I have a mixed bag of good and bad, and sometimes you don't realize that the only constant in life is change. And what holds us back from embracing change is we don't like it. Just leave me alone. It's because of the comfort, the denial, and the fear. I'd rather be left alone. There's a very quick read by Spencer Johnson. It's called Who Moved My Cheese? Let me tell you, folks, someone will move your cheese in life. Do not stand around hemming and hawing when someone moves your cheese. I don't care if you're going to college. I don't care if you're going in the military. I don't care if you're going in the workforce. I don't care if you're going to stay with mama for the next 10 years. Somebody will move your cheese. And do not stand there and say, well, what do you want me to do, mama, daddy? You better do something. Because when they move your cheese, you got to act on it. A 3-step process as you approach dealing with change. First, you have to be aware that change is happening around you. The second thing is you have to be willing to accept the fact that there is change. And the last thing is to take action. It's a very simple 3-step process when you go through life. And as you move on and get married and have kids, your life's going to change every 2 to 3 minutes. Trust me, I've been married 23 years. And your life will always change. So 2015, get ready. Just be able to embrace change. Sometimes in life you will have to do things you don't want to do to get things you've never had. Let me say that one more time. Because some of us have been sadly mistaken. There comes a time in life when you got to do something you don't want to do to get things you've never had. That may have been where some of your teachers have been pushing you. That may have been where grandma and granddad and everyone in the community have been telling you, but you just don't want to listen. It's the basic fundamentals of life. Number 6, and please don't throw anything at me when I say this one. Never, ever stop learning. Read, 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 read. Why, Nate? Because the single most important investment you can ever make in yourself is growing yourself, developing yourself. I'm a big fan of John C. Maxwell. He's a leadership expert, and he talks about the rubber band law. He said your life and your growth is like a rubber band. A rubber band is not in use until it's stretched. Imagine a rubber band for me. When you stretch it from where you are to where you want to be, you are growing. When you lose the tension, what happens? Think about that. Don't allow your life to be like a rubber band. Always continue to grow yourself. You may be talented. You may be gifted. You may have the skill set. But let me tell you something my parents taught me. Hard work is where the rubber meets the road. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Watching the NBA Finals the other day, Stephen Curry, they interviewed his dad, very skillful shooter, and they asked him, do you think all of his abilities come from his gift and his skills? He said, well, he certainly have a gift, and we all have gifts. He certainly have a gift, but let me tell you, he works hard at developing his potentials. And that's what you got to do 2015. Continue to develop your skill sets. Continue to grow. Do not allow mediocrity to be a part of who you are. You are no longer looked at as being average. You are looked at as being awesome. Who controls that? You do. You control your destiny. Do not allow someone's perception, oh, Baptist Hill is just a small school out in Hollywood. You can go on and do great things. I am here to tell you, do not let people dictate and determine what you do in life. Because in the profession I'm in, we require a 4-year college degree, but we don't say what school you went to. It does not matter. But what I say to you is you be proud. You stand firm. I went to Baptist Hill Middle High School, and yes, I am a graduate. And I am proud to stand on the heels of where I went to school. And you will see, and you will learn in life, it's not where you start, it's all about where you finish. But you owe it to yourself to invest in your education, continual education. Don't say, I just finished 12 years of school, I am done. Shame on you, shame on the parents, shame on anyone who lets you get away with that. Number 7 is overcoming obstacles. And I don't like to call them obstacles, but they are what they are. See, because I always develop a mindset that you throw me an obstacle, I'm going to turn it into my stepping stone. You need to find a way and understand that doors will be closed in your face. What I encourage you to do is knock on doors until your knuckles bleed. Keep knocking. Do not allow them to tell you no. When you hear the word no, think of it as next option. Never settle for no because you went to Baptist Hill or because of A, B, C, or D. Keep knocking until your knuckles bleed. And when you've knocked on so many doors and none of them have answered for you, I encourage you to build your own door. What I am telling you today is do not settle. Do not allow someone to determine how far and where you go in life because you will be met with obstacles. See, we ourselves build our own barriers and we can't get out because of us. Do not look to blame someone else. See, those are mistakes I made 2015. I blame my teachers when I left Baptist Hill for not preparing me to go into the Citadel. I blame my professors at the Citadel for not preparing me. It wasn't their fault. It was my own. Own your circumstances. I encourage you to use your obstacles as stepping stones in life and understand that you will be faced with them. But I was the most famous person in high school. I played football. I was good. If you don't know who you are, you will get lost in the big sea. You will get lost in the big sea. Because when I went on to the Citadel, and I didn't know who I was, and they allowed us to use the phone. After 3 weeks of being there, and when I went, it was an all-male college. And when I made that one phone call, you know who I called? I called Mama. And oftentimes, 2015, and when you go away, when you have those conversations with people who love you, they're going to say things to you that you need to hear, but you may not want to hear. And I can hear my mama's voice on the other end of that phone. Son, everything's going to be all right. Just pray. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the kind of relationship that you will need to have when you go and face obstacles in life. Number 8, follow your dreams and success. Dream big. What happens in life is we set our goals low, and what do? We hit it. We hit our target. Shame on you if you set your goals low because of the guidance counselor or telling you someone, well, college is not for you. You really shouldn't be. A lot of people who didn't go to college, the owner of Google, Stephen Jobs, and I can go on and name quite a few who didn't go to college, but I think you understand what I'm trying to tell you. Do what you love. Find your passion, because if you love something enough, you will chase it and go after it. Do not limit yourself. But understand this, that oftentimes we all determine what success is to us. And as I sat where you're sitting today, 2015, I measured success differently. Let me tell you how I measured success 28 years ago. Money, status, cars, 2-story house, the way I'm dressed. Now, these are certainly barometers that society use. What kind of car are you rolling in, man? You're not being successful. You understand what I'm saying? But if you don't know who you are and you're not leading from the inside, where your inner goals and purpose, they just don't align with your outer goals and objectives, when someone say that to you, you're going to all of a sudden go shopping for a BMW because you're going to feel you need that car to fit in. I'd rather you fail at being who you are than being successful at being someone else. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Be true to who you are today. Your definition will change from time to time, just as mine has. The important thing in life is to live your life with integrity. Those are the type of things you have someone cannot take from you. But when you lose it, it is gone. Give and don't give into the peer pressure or do something you're not or shouldn't do. Be honest and compassionate person and contribute in some way in life. See, my idea of success today have really changed. Now it is all about how I help and move people from where they are to where they want to be. See, remember, it is not the things we get, but it is the hearts that we touch to measure our success in life. As stated earlier, success by choice, not by. I love that. Number 9, choices and goals, folks. I'm almost done. But one of the best freedoms we have in life is the opportunity to make a decision, to make a choice. What I say to you is never give in, never give up, and always give it your all. You have the choice, and you make those decisions. What I say to you 2015 is you got to develop a plan, have a goal, know where you're going. Because if you don't develop a plan, someone will develop a plan for you. When you go into the colleges and meet with your advisors, they will say, if you don't have a schedule, I'll make one for you. But that's not what I wanted to major in. That's the only classes that are available, and I'll see you next semester. Have a game plan of what you want to do. I don't care what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, but know that you're going to do it and how you're going to accomplish it. Take charge of your life. Certainly seek advice. However, you ultimately make those decisions. Own the decisions. The days are over when mommy wake you up and say the school bus is about to come. You're on your own. See, we didn't have the technology you guys have. You can set your phones to wake you up. Seek what you're passionate about, things that allow you to find your sweet spot and your purpose in life. And then they will allow you to begin seeking your potential. God gave us all potential. It is up to us to develop what He's given us. And here's a warning. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. Be mindful of that. The last thing, 2015, is I encourage you, I challenge you, just as I challenge people in the community, leaders in our communities, teachers, faculty, and staff, I encourage you to give back. Find a way to give back. The heart that gives gathers. You can have everything in life you want if you would just help enough people get what they want. See, when you move into positions of leadership is all about serving people. But some of us get it all twisted and say, I'm in a position of leadership, you work for me, you serve me. No, I'm sorry. If you're in a position of leadership, you serve the people, find out what they need, and give it to them to be successful. They're successful, you're successful. It's a very simple equation. Give freely, but don't allow yourself to be used in life. People will use you, and you don't have to look too far to find out who they are. Sometimes it starts with a letter F and ends with a letter Y. It's called family. And I'll let you know that people will run over you if you let them. The only justification for ever looking down on somebody is to pick them up in life. Find a way to give back to your people. I need you to always remember this. Please don't ever forget this. There's not a conversation I have with my mom or my dad, and they never remind me of this. You made it to where you are because somebody helped you. I encourage each and every one of you, give back, look back, reach back, pull up. Do not go through life with the crab in the bucket mentality. If you're doing good, I don't want to see it and I will pull you down. No. Help push people to where they want to go. Be the champion. Be the cheerleader to help them get to where they want to go in life. Because we want all of you, we need all of you to go forth and to be successful. Give the world the best you have, and the best will come back to you. It's like the boomerang effect. Therefore, you must pay it forward. Nothing makes you happy in life than giving your time, your talent, your money, and your treasure. Now, I want you to know that I believe in each and every one of you today. And I know you will go forth and be successful in whatever endeavors you have that sets before you. As Dr. King so eloquently stated before, all of us may not be famous in life, but within each and every one of you, you are great because greatness is measured through service. Give of your time, your talent, and your gifts. Your mission in life now is not to merely survive, but to thrive. And to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style, and to leave the world in a better place than you found it. In closing 2015, I say to each of you, live your life like it is your second chance. Leave no stones unturned. Imagine yourself in 50 years, reflecting back on your life. You'll think of all the great moments with your family, your friends, the teachers, and everyone that's been a part of your life. Then you'll look back on your regrets. You wish you laughed more, loved more, appreciated more, danced more. You wish that you had used the gifts you were given to empower others to make the world better. So I say to you, take pride in how far you've come. Have faith in how far you can go, but don't forget to enjoy the journey. Congratulations and God bless you.
Good afternoon, friends.